Well, first things first, we want to build a financial services deliverable that is as conflict-free or minimal conflicts as possible. So very transparent in terms of fee structures, how we earn, and I think that's important to always know where are our incentives. And that can be across every scope we intend to deliver on for you. The obvious stuff in terms of pain right out the gate is tax and investments. Tax being number one, because everyone hates paying taxes. Yep. They all have to file a tax return. And so that's an area where like we want to be the solve there. We don't want to have to farm you out to somebody else. So your value there is, we can do it in-house now. And if you have someone externally that's great and you're happy with, we won't rock the boat. We'll work alongside them.
We can oversee it if we need to and give seconds advice if you want.
Correct. Run it through our software, see if anything's being missed, and we just have more resources and expertise. On the investment side, same idea. We want to keep it simple. We want to keep it scalable. We want to have access to, ETFs and funds and asset allocation models. We want to be able to do custom indexing. We want to be able to build bond ladders. We want to be able to bleed into some of the more esoteric stuff like private equity and alternatives and structured product, crypto, if a client really's got the itch. But a portfolio team that can grow alongside our clientele, right? It's very different trying to handle 40 clients than 4,000. Right. And the needs change, they evolve, all this stuff. So we want to be able to meet the clients where they are, not over-prescribe solutions that are not in their best interests, and really center on what does the client need to get to their objectives and to their goals. So that's just tax and investments.
Okay, that's your 30 seconds. You don't have to go further.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it. The elevator pitch, right?
Yeah. So that's the pitch. That's the pitch on investments and tax, but I'll spare you the rest.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you one other question that I have. So maybe I'm flipping the script on you because I can do that too. So you're on the outside looking in. You run the wealth management firm. You've dabbled in everything. You're a licensed real estate broker. I've heard the CV a million times in clients with meetings. You're
how bored are you of it?
Right. No. I mean, listen, you've heard mine a bunch of times, so you're probably bored out of your mind right now. But okay, so what is the mistake that you see taxpayers make? What is something that you see that like you get a return or a client comes to you at a pickleball event? By the way, just so you all know, Blake loves pickleball. So a client comes up to you at an event, you're at a cocktail mixer, you're at where'd you go to, you're at a UC mixer, or where'd you go to college?
Cal State Florida.
Cal State Florida. Go Banana Slugs or whatever.
Very budgetary friendly.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of Titans.
Okay, a lot of Titans. What's something that someone comes up to you and they pitch this tax thing, or they tell you this tax idea, or you look at a return and you wince? And I mean, not like someone just kind of like a jet buzzed the tower. I mean, you full on almost cringe into a singularity.
God, there's a lot.
What one jumped to mind? Give me two.
Well, I would say the first one is if they're just doing it themselves and their picture is not simple. It's one thing if you just got a simple W-2 return, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, AI is going to clean up all those returns.
Yeah. But for clients that have, various real estate holdings, maybe a business, they don't have great books. They're doing a backward-looking kind of reconstitution of the year prior on a fire drill format. They're trying to shove it all through. They're not making estimateds.
And not with intentionality, not intending to not make estimates, you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So it just comes back to like they're creating risk for themselves. And a lot of people think because, you don't get audited 1 year, you're kind of,
got through,
right?
I'm good, yeah.
But the IRS wants you to screw up, multiple years in a row and audit you and, do a clawback and catch you 5 years of having kind of, no?
I would push back and say, I don't think they want to catch you. I think their resources are so limited that they're not going to catch you speeding until 3 or 5 years later.
Well, if they're looking at two equal kind of players, but one has 5 years of questionable returns and one has 1 year, like they're going to prioritize 5. So I think this goes back to our maturity, kind of grow up kind of conversation earlier. I think a lot of folks just from like a tax perspective aren't evolving with the scope of their return and their needs and like hiring it out or having adequate books and records. And they think there's this TikTok simple solve of everyone needs an S Corp and I'm going to do X, Y, or Z to try and minimize payroll taxes. And they don't really take a moment to like breathe, model it out. Yeah. Like we just had a conversation this morning with a prospective client and
they thought, let's do an S Corp election.
They're like, let's do an S Corp. And within 3 or 4 minutes, you and I are both like,
I mean,
really?
Sure, but like, why? It
Juice
doesn't save you that.
Squeeze.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
And then there's like the brain damage effect of like, you might save a little bit of money, but you're going to soak up time and resources.
The most valuable thing.